Okay. Well, I would have been on time. I would have been 10 seconds early, but I had to relink up the live stream thing because apparently today it was making me do that. Welcome in, guys. Well, I'm dicking around swapping out tapes. You can look at the buy it now and the pre-listed stuff if you're here for or if you're here for cassette tapes. Butterfly, your one kitty is down at the bottom of the steps. There were those towels there to soak up that water, and I was going to move them before the heating guy came. And I opened the door, and he's laying there sleeping. I do have one pre-bid. Feel free to pre-bid on anything else. I'll do the pre-bid before I end. And this morning, I'm only going to go till like 7:30. I got somebody coming to look at the heat. And he's going to show up. So I will do, I think I have 3 giveaways loaded. They're buyer giveaways if anybody buys anything. Everything today is going to be sealed again. Factory sealed. Some of them have some cutouts and saw marks. Some of them don't. But I'll show them like I have been. Get choice of the 4. If they don't sell, I'll put them over here on the shelves. And then I'll let you pick real quick at the end from what doesn't sell. 3 giveaways real quick at the end at 7:30. And I'll be back tomorrow with a little bit longer show. Are you actually watching Butterfly, or are you just listening? You don't have any cassettes, do you, Butterfly? I don't remember seeing a bunch of cassettes in all your stuff. I saw some records and... All right, so I'm going to start ripping through these. And I did schedule a vinyl show for Friday evening. I'll probably do something Friday. Friday is one of those no fees days. Mr. Bishy emailed me the thing. I never did see the thing, the notification, but apparently there's no fees on Friday. So up there we have the Sound of Music soundtrack, Fishko Take, the Jazz Butcher, Mega Rap, and Southside Johnny. I never saw it, Bishy. I usually see those, and usually tell the other guy that I know that's somewhat local that does Whatnot, because he usually doesn't see them, which does never work out well. There's so many people on here. Everybody that sells tries to take advantage of that, and I think what you save in fees, you end up losing in the fact that the viewership is way down because there's so many people. Sunny Stitt, Constellation, Gina Diari, Flamenco, Fat Beach soundtrack, and Holly Dunn, Leave One Bridge Standing. And that is running. Well, we'll see how it goes. And it'll be the same thing. It's all unsorted. I'll have a setup like this basically, where I probably have a choice of 4. I'll show them, and then just run choice and then kind of sort them as I go. And Warehouse Grooves. And if it's like all the other vinyl shows that I've seen, I'll spend half the time answering questions if I have something. Because everybody comes in and asks if you have something. Silver and Gold, Neil Young, and New York Rock and Soul Review, Dawn Sears, and That Warehouse Grooves is a 2 cassette tape set. These are all sealed. Oh, Bishy, you know, don't feel that you have to mod. I appreciate it, but I feel bad because I know it's kind of a tedious thing. But yeah, you can always mod. You have to remind me though. Or I'm going to start putting you in the beginning, and if you want to mod, you can mod, and if not, you don't have to. I wish there was a way to just set up someone as a mod. For all your auctions, because most of the people, I think they use the same people to mod. Hey, mitosis. My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult. That's a single that's sealed. History of Funk, Dennis Brown, and Silence of the Lamb soundtrack. And those are running. Wonder if the Silence of the Lambs soundtrack has any voice overs by the late great Hannibal Lecter. Chainsaw Kittens. Phil Collins, Dances into the Light, Kim Carnes, and Elmore James. You don't want to invite him for Sunday dinner. Some people are saying, everybody is saying. Sushi and the Banshees Peep Show. Chuck and Gaffney and Gioni the Jazz Brothers. Candlemass Live. And Doc Cheatham. And I got a cough. Those are running. I even was walking around down here this morning, Butterfly, talking to myself so that I wouldn't have to cough, because it's usually the first time I talk when I start this in the morning. It still didn't help. Thank you, mitosis. Which one would you like? And you guys can always tell me 1, 2, 3, or 4 if you don't want to type it all out. Number 1. Thank you. He just waits down there. So Melissa Manchester, Mike Scott, State of Confusion, and No Way Out. I'm going to start these, and I'm going to run into the other room because I didn't bring my envelopes back. I almost had everything ready, Bishy. It's running. a split second. Independence Day. Joseph Cotton and CIA in the red. All sealed, your choice. That's running. I think the biggest misconception that people have about selling on Whatnot when they want to start selling is that they think that it's easy. Just point your camera at the shit and push the button and everything just starts selling. Drop acid, making God smile. Butterfly, are you still awake? Lost in Space soundtrack. Should probably put the phone down and after you put the phone down and those are running. I found out why I have dementia. On NPR this morning, they said there's like a 18% increased risk of dementia if you're subjected to wildfire smoke. So I figure all that property clearing I've done from the time I was a small child contributed to my dementia. That's what I'm going to blame it on anyway. I haven't abused Benadryl in quite some time. That's drop acid. We just had one of those. Jackson 5 Skywriter and Eddie Grant and James Galway, Wind of Change. Those are running. Welcome in, JAA and asshole. You guys looking for cassettes? Just clicking around wondering why someone's trying to sell cassettes at 6 in the morning. I think her doctor told her to do that. She doesn't abuse that though. She only takes 30 or 40 pills a day. Not really. Another James Galway, the Celtic Minstrel, Nancy Griffith, Christopher Cross, and John Cale. And those are running. Your choice. These are all still sealed. Los Excitos Romanticos del Año, Bandos versus Grupos. Some sort of Latin compilation or something. Reggie Gaines, King's Son, and the Chieftains. And that's running. Oh, maybe it was Lucy. They look the same. I can't tell which one's which unless I see Bubba's Hitler mustache. Well, if they're together, I can tell which is which right away because Bubba's twice the size. But Sister Machine Gun, the torture technique. Surf Punks, Party Bomb. Etta Jones, Sugar. And the Dell Satins. So those are running. I don't have any nasal drip. I just have a froggy in my throat every morning. Oh, that was. Yep, I can do that. And that is running. You probably want the Dell Satins, don't you? Oh, thank you, Kelsey. You like to with surf punks too? All right, I'll run it. I'll just run it the way it is. Don't feel you have to bid on it though. I only go off on the buyers if they complain about the shipping. I gotta remember to get my cassette player. I have never listened to the surf punks. Lethal Weapon 3 soundtrack, Africa, Bambaataa and Family, Sherry Lewis and Ephraim Lewis, Skin. And those are running. Kelsey's going to get all these great discounts here, and then next week they're going to disappear, and she's going to have to buy more if she wants discounts. Kenny Lattimore. Whoever that is. Nina Lovich? I don't know. Lead Belly. And Little Richard. I saw him in concert accidentally one time at a festival. It was amazing, actually. Yeah, I mean, I've never intentionally listened to him. Not really my thing or my era, but yeah, he just rolled a piano out and went crazy. Hovey Lister and the Statesman, Hawkwind Live Chronicles, That's Domino, and those are running. And not just stay below the poverty level. It's to drive you insane at the same time you're doing it. So it ought to be interesting because, like they said from the beginning, and I got in when it was still beta. Before, I didn't do it super early because I just ignored the things about the beta program for the rewards, and then I finally did it. But like from the beginning, when I signed up, before it was available to everyone, they said it was going to end on December 2nd. So I assume it ends for everybody. Like, even if somebody started it this week, I assume it ends for them as well. So Garibaldi, Latin House Flava, Ray Lynch, and Oscar Lopez. I I haven't tried whatnotting under the influence of any sort of medication or narcotics or anything. I have listened to many shows where you can tell the people are either stoned or drunk or both. And although it's very annoying to listen to, it does seem like it would be a lot more fun as a seller because they seem to be having a better time for the most part. So Last Supper, soundtrack, Johnny Lee, LA Style, and Darlene Love and Laney Groves. Although the one lady, the one night, Butterfly tried to help her out with something and answered one of her questions that she was rhetorically asking, I guess. And she kind of went off. And then she spent like 5 minutes, like, just saying, I don't know what you mean, Butterfly. What are you talking about, Butterfly? And then all the people in the chat were like telling the lady she's answering your question. And like she must have had a memory like me and she was wasted and she couldn't remember what she had asked. So we left that one. Whatever that is. Laneless? I don't know. I can't read graffiti. Glenn Lewis. Lovely Ladies of Stage and Screen, the Art Deco series, and Patti LaBelle. Nobody more than once, is she? At least that's what I assume. I haven't tried it. I've had no reason to. Butterfly is wonderful. Julian Lennon, Mr. Jordan, Kenny Lattimore and Shantae Moore, Jerry Lee Lewis, Greatest Hits, and Dennis Leary, No Cure for Cancer. And those are all right. Still sealed, your choice. And if you check the show notes, it tells you where to get coupons, and those coupons will be posted to that page, and they'll change every week on Sunday or Saturday night or something for the next week. Was it Lawless? Is that what it was? I said that was probably the one I said I couldn't read the uh, graffiti. Yeah, that's probably Lawless. I'll throw it up there in case you want to bid on it. There's the Law House Experience, Julian Lennon, and dear God, this tech. His name is alive, Lavona. I think is what that says. So those are running. A bidding war. Thank you. Keep it underground. I don't know what you mean. Dinar. Ginar. I'll keep those up there in case somebody wanted one of those and add Living Lounge to it. I'm going clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know what number 3 is. I couldn't read it. What did I say? His name is alive, Lavona. It's like got a whole bunch of squigglies in with the text, and I don't know who Lavona is. Well, if I Google it, I get ads for women's panties and bras. So it's art rock. Okay. I will take your word for it. I can barely read it. Run it by itself so you don't get involved in a $5 bidding war. It's a made in England one. Doesn't have any information on the back other than that at all. Thank you. Dinar or whatever your username is. And like always, if I butcher your username, you can tell me what you want me to call you. I'll call you anything you want if I can remember it. Bounty Killer, Gravity Kills, and another Little Richard. Who all's in bed? Thank you, Kelsey. I think I annoyed Butterfly last night. I fell asleep. I think I must have fallen asleep immediately, and I ended up waking up and we ate at like 9:30. So, Dosset EFX Classic Blues compilation, The Creeps, and Collective Soul Hints, Allegations, and Things Left Unsaid. That's running. Bishy, did Mr. Bishy ever check out Gemini Syndrome? Hammer. Cleveland Orchestra. These are all still sealed. Committed, totally committed. Don't know which is the band name, which is the title. And Ace Cannon and Al Hurt for the Good Times. Nope. Choice. If you're into cassette tapes and music, at some point try to check out my show notes in that link, because I've got hundreds of thousands of albums I'm going to be running over the winter. Nobody wants MC Hammer, but everybody had that album. You have Nikki Holland, The Chieftains Film Cuts, Westbound, Lee Ritenour, and Patsy Cline sings Songs of Love. And those are running. You can need to open your 20 packages before you buy anything else. Is that what you mean, Fishy? Butterfly has been staying here, but she's still getting her packages to her house. So when she goes back to her house for something, pick something up, she's got quite a few sitting around on the porch. Mark Colley, Primal Scream, Screamadelica, Louis Armstrong, and Natalie Cole. And those are running. Bishy, are they all from Whatnot or some of them from Temu? Because that's Butterfly gets a mix of the two. Well, at least I would have assumed he had a pretty good eye twitch already. Yeah, let me find it. So there's the EFX. David Crosby, A Thousand Roads, Jose Carreras, and the Essential Big Bands. And those are running. Primal Scream. Thank you, Underground. So there's the Primal Scream with the cute little son. Hank Crawford, Otmar Liebert, and Inner Sanctum. I think that's what that says. And if you come into my shows and you actually buy enough that you're using all the coupons, let me know and I'll add some more coupons to that page. Woohoo! Kelsey got a silver crown. Thank you, Kelsey. Okay. I will add some more to that. I can't do it now because I'm too confusing and it would take too long. Patty Loveless, Major Lance is swinging his hits. Four pre-bids. Holy cow. The Organization and Collage Chapter 2, 1999. Not sure what that is. And that's running. Okay. Bishy, how do you find the pre-bids? You just flick your finger and scroll down through real quick. Cubanate or something. Interference. Chris Connor. Classics for Relaxation. No, it's okay. Maybe if like 20 after, 25 after, maybe. And Chris Kane. I don't know if it's the iPad. When I scroll and I try to flick and scroll fast, it just opens anything I touch. And then the computer, I gotta sit there on the mouse wheel and scroll down. Really? Well, you would think you would highlight it for the seller. Or maybe it's because you probably have an iPhone. I think the phone's different than the iPad, even though they're both Apple. Keep it underground. You gotta, if you're putting coupon codes in, you gotta put it in your wallet. Confunction. Mary Chapin Carpenter. Gene Carn, or Carney, or whatever. The Best of Jimmy Rogers. I stared at it for a little bit and wondered what the heck that meant. The Chemical People, better than $10. Oh, if it sits in there for a few weeks. I think the last one that was unsealed sold for $25 on eBay. I did look that one up because when I listed it, because I was just curious if it was something that was rare, and apparently it's incredibly rare. Thank you, Kelsey. If you're in the rewards program and you use one of the coupons, you can get it for several dollars less, and I hate to change the price too much because then you'll still use the coupons in the rewards program. I want my kitties to starve. Charlie Hayden, Daryl Hall and John Oates, Honeymoon in Vegas, currently soundtrack Elvis covers, and Jim Chappelle. You gotta keep his floofuls full. I think that's what Butterfly calls them. Is that a technical term for that part of the kitty that flaps around when they walk? That poor cat. Elmore James. He just looks at me with these. He just looks at me with these sad eyes every time I walk through the door down here. He's scared we're gonna leave him and not come back for days. Club Nouveau, Brian James, Fupa Chalupa, John Campbell. I'm sure it has a technical term. Elvis Costello, and these are all still sealed. John Mellencamp, Best of Benny Goodman, and Quintana and Spear, Shades of Shadow. Those are running. All right, I'm gonna run the pre-bids at 20 after 7, and then I'll do the buyer giveaways. And if I have time left before 7:30, I'll run some more like this. Primordial Pouch, that's right. Roberto Ruiz. She probably had to pick up her phone since I have dementia. The Best of Bobby Rydell, Tito Rodriguez, and Hank Crawford. Those are running. Lucy's still a little guy. He doesn't have one yet. I'm sorry, Butterfly. Harry Connick Jr., Candy, Gilby Clark, in a rub-a-dub style, number 3. Apparently, it must be a reggae compilation. Ohio, that was a pretty nice find at Scrapbook. I take it you didn't get me my beer nuts container. That looks like something I would have donated. That and the empty pretzel peanut butter pretzels container. Rhythm of Creation, John Holt, Mary Chapin Carpenter, and King's X Dogman. And that's running. And you wonder on some of that stuff if it actually sat in a Goodwill store. Does any of that stuff ever have prices on it? Like it was actually in a store? Thank you, Tide Pride. Which one would you like? You can always say 1, 2, 3, or 4. Okay. Thank you. I thought it was stuff that didn't sell a lot of times that they would put back out, but I a lot of times I don't see the prices when you're digging, but I'm not glued to the screen. I certainly don't zoom in on this stuff. Ritual Tension, Welcome to the Beautiful South, another Mary Chapin Carpenter, and Cracker the Golden Age. That one day I went to donate stuff to Goodwill, the day they told me they were going to have to look in every single box. They have a big, long, probably 20-foot trailer there with Goodwill logos all over it. Thank you, Super Kelsey. Which one would you like? And if you guys are looking for cassette tapes, Super Kelsey sells them too, so give her a follow. Thank you, Kelsey. Anyway, they had that big trailer there, and I asked them what was the trailer for, because they said they didn't have room for my stuff, and the trailer was only about half full, and they said that was just all the recycled stuff that they weren't even going to try to sell. And it was like I could see stuff sticking out of it, out of the bins in it. They had those Gaylords in there just full of stuff, and there was stuff that was, I mean, it was like bin looking stuff. It wasn't just like dirty diapers and absolute garbage. Color Me Bad, Tom Chapin, Isis, and Harry Connick Jr. What an unfortunate name for a group. Well, we got rid of Isis 4 years ago, though, so they're probably okay now. Back to not focusing. Don't laugh, Fishy. They'll deport you with your fellow potato pickers. You'll see that laugh. Jimmy Kozier, Mark Isham, Artland, Harry Connick Jr., and George Clinton. All still sealed. And that's running. Welcome in, guys. We're doing all sealed stuff, and it is 7:20. So after this one, I'm going to grab the pre-bids and run those, and then I'll do some buyer giveies. And if you're not interested in the stuff that's pre-bid, I do have stuff in my buy now, and feel free to make offers on that stuff. I am willing to go down if you make offers during my shows. So the first one that had a pre-bid will be AC/DC High Voltage. 8-track tape. And if you read that link in the show notes, it tells you all about the 8 tracks that I sell. They are all unrefurbished, but I do sell the repair supplies for them. Brand new pressure pads and stuff. So decent condition, but far from new. You having a show, Ohio? I probably heard it 5 times yesterday that you were. And that is running on this AC/DC high voltage 8-track tape. What time she come on? 8 o'clock. Thank you, Zonny. Or Zunny, or whatever your name is. The rest of the pre-bids are cassette tapes. Bishy says tension breaking point. Still sealed. And that is running. She's going live in 8 minutes. Well, then we can read to her. Thank you, Skaboom. And we have Raven. Nothing exceeds like excess. So that's running. Mr. Bishy. You notice I just stopped correcting the Mitsubishi in the text and everything. I corrected that so many times. I'm just like, screw it. And the Scotch blank tapes. Okay, now these blank tapes, there are 4 of them, and you get a head cleaner. All still sealed. And when this is from, I can't see a date, but it was originally $3.96, probably at Kmart. But you get 4 blanks and a head cleaner. Still sealed. It is running. Thank you, Woody. Thank you, Bishy. Alrighty, I'm going to do a few giveaways here. Oh no, I only made 1. Well, Bishy, I tried so hard to have everything ready today. There were supposed to be 3 of them. Apparently, I only put 1, or there's a whatnot error. So if you bought something, get in the giveaway. And I'll pull that relatively quickly. Hey, Dawn. All right. I think that's all the people that bought stuff that are going to get in. So I'm going to pull that and then let you choose. I'll just make a stack of what was going to be next here, and I'll let you choose. And maybe there'll be something cool in there, or maybe it'll be crap, and you'll be like, "That was a stupid giveaway. I'm never coming back here." The Hank Crawford tapes. Oh, how long ago was it? Pulling the giveaway if you want in, get in. Okay, I found one Hank Crawford. Oops. Who won that? I was looking for Hank Crawford tapes. Skaboom? Did Skaboom leave? Skaboom. Hey, AC. What's that, Bishy? Weird Al and Green? Rage. Gotcha. Okay. Okay, keep it underground. I'm gonna run this. That's the only Hank Crawford I can find now. I'm gonna run it and look for those pre-bids, and then I got to get off of here because the heating guy is coming this morning to install a new boiler. So that Hank Crawford's running. If I find the other one, I will grab it, and I'm gonna run those pre-bids that somebody just made. And the ones that I have in the auction tab, they'll stay in there. They'll be there tomorrow too. So let's short chop. And that one is running. Oops, now it's running. Thank you, Underground. And green REM, it does have a crack to the case. That one is running. Yeah, I'm going there here real soon. Hazy. Weird Al. Thank you, Devolutionator. Congratulations on your crown, and thank you for coming to my auction. All right, we'll do Weird Al, and then we're going to raid out to Ohio Nurse. I don't know what she's doing this morning. She does crafting and sells old stuff occasionally, and it's usually a fun time. So Weird Al, Dare to Be Stupid, not sealed, a pretty nice condition and a pretty nice case. So that one is running. Oh, she's making Christmas assemblages, which she tells me it's okay to say vignette and interchange it with assemblage. Thank you, Devolutionator. I will be back tomorrow, same time, and I will be having other shows, lots of other shows, selling music. Vinyl on Friday night. It's the same deal. I might pull out $100 record that sells for $4, or it might all be Henry Mancini and Kenny Rogers. I don't know. It's all unsorted. Just going to do basically the same format. I got to do it somewhere different than here because my little cutting board isn't big enough to hold vinyl records. That'll be choice of 4. And all day on Thanksgiving, I will be doing a pre-listed ephemera sale with some really cool things, some dead baby photos, and things that everybody wants. And I'll check the offers before I go. There's no offers. Yes, and if you bought something from my Buy It Now, thank you very much. I will get this stuff shipped out today, and I'll see you tomorrow. And thanks, guys.